Welcome back. So, here with me now is the commercial director for TVC Communications, Redmond Ronan, who has over a decade's experience in sales. And today's focus is on how to become a better auto sales executive. And we know we've got lots of that here, especially in Lagos. You're welcome, Ronan.
Thank you very much, Maz.
Good to
be here.
Back.
Yeah, good to be here.
All right. So, with everything that's happening in the world, we know that one thing doesn't stop. We continue to sell products, whether we like it or not. Here in Lagos is a big market of auto salespeople. And you're here today to tell us how we can actually hone these skills and become better at it.
Yeah.
First off, what do we require for this kind of a job?
Well, just if we recap on last week, this is all about, I suppose, our response at Wake Up Nigeria to the COVID crisis and realizing that a lot of young people are worrying about their futures, careers, etc. And we've identified that sales is a really good opportunity for people, simply because Nigeria is such a consumer market. I think 200 million consumers here, where you have consumers, you have people wanting to sell products and services to those consumers. And where you have people wanting to sell, they need salespeople.
Yeah.
And I think last week we just touched on some of those categories: finance, advertising, and motoring. So motoring is a huge section and a huge opportunity. The car industry, I think the first car was 1896 with Henry Ford, so it's a very traditional industry. But the car industry is all in the news today with Elon Musk and Tesla, etc. So in every country, the car industry helps grow those economies. So there's huge opportunities available in there. What I love about the car sector, for young people in particular, is I think there's 8 million people employed in cars.
8 million?
In America.
In America, okay.
In America alone. So that shows you the breadth and opportunity for people to work in the car sector. What I love about it is you don't have to have a university degree. So you asked me at the outset, what do you need?
Yeah.
Really what you need in cars, you need to be very personable. You need to have the ability to find a buyer and then understand from that buyer what kind of car they're actually looking for, because your goal is to match the right car with that buyer.
Okay, so we have a couple of slides we're going to be showing you at home, so please do take note. You can see these on your screens. So apart from having a passion for cars itself, what about a personality? What kind of personality will sell these cars?
I think you've hit the nail on the head. Passion is anything you sell. I firmly believe you have to have a passion for it. I sell advertising on TVC. I have a passion for media and I have a passion for TVC. What you need in terms of the personal sales skills when it comes to selling cars is, first and foremost, you need to be able to communicate. So you need to understand what are the cars and the attributes that you have to sell, and you have to be able to communicate those to the people who are coming in to buy from you. Listening, Maz, is a hugely important skill.
Yeah, you have to say that again.
I thought I would with you. Listening is incredibly important, simply because if I ask you the right questions and listen to the answers, I'll have a much better understanding of the kind of car you're looking to buy for. And then also, Maz, patience. Because remember, the difference between buying a car or buying a food good, a car is a huge investment for somebody. They're going to take their time making that investment. They're going to make sure they've made the right choice. It's a lot of money. So you as the salesperson are going to have to be very patient. A lot of salespeople get quite impatient trying to close the sale. You can't do that in car sales, because if you're coming to buy a car from me, you want to test drive it once, twice, even more.
Bring a mechanic over to
you get
try
a mechanic, you bring your own person in, all that. So I, as a salesperson, need to be patient. I'll understand that possibly Maz looks great. He's obviously got the money to buy this car. So if I'm patient with him, possibly in time, and I answer all his questions, possibly then in time he will buy the car from me.
If you're at home, you can see a couple of those traits that you need on the screen as we're showing these slides as we talk. So you say we need passion, personality, patience, very important. Is there anything else that goes with all of those?
There is. The ability to follow up is incredibly important, Maz, because you will come in, you will come into our car dealership, you will look at the car. What I need to do is I need to get your details. I need to build a profile of Maz, so that when Maz walks out, you may not have purchased the car in the first instance, but when you've walked out, I've got your details.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, as a salesperson, I need to be good on social media. I need to have those skills so that I can connect with you and say, hey, Maz, how are you getting on? Is there any more questions I can answer? Any more queries?
When does that become too intrusive? When does it become a bother?
I think, look...
Persistence is one thing.
Persistence is one thing. Look, we live in a consumer society, Maz. We get bombarded with messages all of the time. I think those of us, yourself, myself, who are consumers, we're very quick to say, look, I'm not interested. You know, so I'm never fearful of... As a salesperson, you've got to knock on a lot of doors. And I always feel if you're not knocking on those doors, well, then your competitor is knocking on those doors. So I never worry about being too intrusive, because I do firmly believe, Maz, that consumers will say to you, that's enough. I don't want you to contact me again. And remember, on social media, you can opt in and opt out all the time. So you just have to tick, I don't want any more messages from you.
Okay.
So it's pretty easy. It doesn't have to be intrusive.